Hello, and welcome back to TGTV, and more specifically, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Watch Talk. Today we are talking about a very special piece. We are talking about a Tudor again on the channel. I went through a little phase of talking about Tudors. I'm buying Tudors. In fact, I've got 6 or 7 of the things still. And it's been a little while since I featured a Tudor on the channel. They are actually really popular on this channel, so I suspect this video may well go down well. It's a piece they've recently brought out and everybody is talking about, so we're going to get into that. But before we do, ladies and gentlemen, and you'll be used to this by now, Grail Watch Club, yes, Grail Watch Club, you know what it is already, so I'm not going to explain. Grail Watch Club have got a new watch that we are giving away. We've got a 41mm Rolex Wimbledon dial, if I can open the box. That is now being given away with Grail Watch Club. That is available to win right now for a few quid on the grailwatchclub.com website. And as always, it supports Roy Castle Lung Cancer Foundation as well. So there's a charitable element to it, but you can also win this amazing watch for a few quid. Tickets are limited, there's a set amount, and once they're gone, they're gone. So if you miss it, then you miss this. We will not be doing another Wimbledon dial anytime soon, if at all. So if you want that watch, and it is frankly unbelievable actually. I didn't really get the hype of the Wimbledon dials, but I do now. If you want this watch, you can win this watch for a few quid over on the Grail Watch Club site right now. As at the point I'm filming this video, about half the tickets have gone, so I suspect by the time this video goes out and I've edited it, it may well actually be gone, so I might be wasting your time. If not, there is a Tudor Harrods Black Bay coming next after this one. So if you hit the site and you don't see this, it's because the Tudor Harrods is available with cheaper tickets and less tickets. That'll be a really cool one to win, and that is of course the Tudor Harrods boutique only edition with the green bezel. So head over there anyway, and if I'm really late putting this out, there'll be something else there as well as a surprise. So go and hit the site anyway, good luck with that, and let's get on with the video and talk to you about the piece today that we're here to speak about, which is the Tudor Black Bay 58. So let's do a little unboxing here, ladies and gentlemen. So packaging's very kind of standard. There's not really much change to the other Black Bays that are around. Not much to report on that front. Inside the box then, as is normal with these, you get this little kind of compartment in which you get a spare strap. You get a little NATO strap on there with bronze buckles in it. Very nice indeed. But the main event to this watch, ladies and gentlemen, is the case and actually bracelet. So Tudor have actually already brought out a bronze Black Bay before, I believe with a 41mm dial, the original sized Black Bay. Was it 40 or was it 42? 41. I think the bronze was slightly bigger.
Oh no, 43.
43. So that was a big old boy, and in fact I've got that watch in my collection still. I mean, I haven't probably worn it for about 2 years, but I still do have that watch. And interestingly, that came out with like kind of a brownie mustardy NATO strap, almost akin, like a slightly lighter version, the NATO strap you get with this. And then Tudor, for some reason, re-released the watch with a green NATO strap with it, and this kind of horrible leather strap, which no one ever wore on it. However, this is different. This comes with a bracelet and a NATO only, and the bracelet, most importantly this time around, is bronze. The case is also smaller. You've got a 39mm dial, and you've obviously got the in-house movement in there as well. Interestingly, again, with the bracelet, you've got a nifty new feature on it as well, which has actually debuted in this watch, whereby, much like the Rolex, you've got actually micro adjustment within the clasp now. So when you kind of wear it to the gym or you get a bit hot and sweaty, you can actually make the bracelet bigger and smaller, which is actually a really, really nice feature. Hopefully we're getting some close-ups of that at some point. Now, the elephant in the room. A lot of people are a little bit on the fence about bronze. Panerai famously have been making bronze watches for years, and they do go, moldy is the non-technical term for it, but you do develop some patina on bronze watches. Panerai's famously, really discolored. There's, patches of kind of bluey green on them. And it's not to everyone's taste. Not everyone wants to wear a watch that looks like it's been found in a shipwreck or is just kind of developing a life of its own. And Tudor actually do say that this watch will develop color to match the lifestyle of the wearer. That's actually what they say on their website, which I don't quite understand. I have been doing a little test on this recently. I've worn it swimming in kind of chlorinated pools. I've worn it in like the spa and whatnot. So this is a few weeks old, with a bit of patina starting to develop on it. For those that are worried about it getting moldy, I've done some research and it looks like these don't go moldy, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. But it is developing kind of little slightly darker, more sort of faded patches on it, which actually I prefer, because when I first took this out of the boutique in Westfield, which we'll get onto in a second, it did look very gold, and I was on my guard walking around White City in Shepherd's Bush with a very gold-looking, Rolex-looking watch on my wrist, but it is dulling down a little bit, which I really, really like. So very nice tone and nothing untoward to report at the moment. So other differences then on the Tudor Black Bay Bronze 39, the dial for the first time on a Tudor Black Bay 58, which is the smaller variety, as I said. You've got Arabic numerals on the dial. So you've got the 369 on the dial, which you've never had before on a 58, which is really, really cool. And you've got this lovely kind of brown dial that actually changes color out towards the edges, which we're seeing in quite a lot of different watches, actually. Even the 5711 does the same. It gets darker and almost black to the outer edge. It is 200 meters water resistant. You've got a screw down crown there, and the case back there is bronze as well. Interestingly, actually, on the case back, it's got a sticker still on it, and you can actually see the original finish that it was before it got to oxidize and whatnot. So there's actually quite a nice little contrast on the back there. That was quite clever of me. Well done, Tom. Now, the kicker with this watch, you can't just roll up to any Tudor kind of stockist and say, oi, I'll have a bronze Black Bay. These are boutique only. That means you're only able to get them in Westfield in the UK, which is the Tudor boutique. It's literally just a Tudor boutique in Westfield. And there's only, I think, 2 or 3 other boutiques in Europe that actually stock these as well. So it's not an easy watch to get hold of. The guys in Westfield were saying there's hundreds of people that applied and put their name on the list as soon as it got announced. Myself not actually included. I don't think I did it the first day. I think I panicked, but I got in down the line on it. James, you got in the first day, didn't you? You rang up. Panicked. Mahmood actually got one of these as well because he rang up first day. He's getting into watches. But yeah, they are quite difficult to get, and I've obviously been waiting months and months for mine. I dealt with a chap called Craig there, so if you do want one, get in touch with Craig. He won't be able to get you one straight away, but they are actually pretty difficult to get. I think there's up to 50 boutiques in the world. I'm just reciting stats that I've heard about 5 minutes ago and sort of basically passing them off as my own. I will do that. There's 50 boutiques in the world whereby you can get one of these, so not an easy watch to get. Overs market is what? I mean, I have to mention the overs market because everyone likes talking about that. 5 to 600 quid over?
No, 5 to 6 grand.
5 to 6 grand?
Not over.
Who wants to buy it? 5 to 6 grand?
Yeah, people asking 6.
So retail price on this was 3,390, I think, something like that. 3-4 tops. And people are asking 5 to 6 grand for these. Are they getting that? Are they actively selling for 5 to 6 grand? That's good news then. That's really good news. Obviously don't flip your watches because it's a naughty thing to do, but that is good news. It's nice to own something though that you know hasn't burnt a hole in your pocket if you ever needed to come out of it. And I think an element of kind of enjoying these things is some aspect of kind of financial confidence in the asset as well. I think that does contribute to enjoyment of these things. So that's good news. That's quite a good flip for a Tudor then, isn't it? I mean, the Harrods was doing that early doors until they made quite a few of them. I've still got mine. Did you ever get one? Yeah, we all got one. I kept mine because I'm a mug. Good. Overall then, let's put it on anyway. And if you see some other watches in this, in the kind of the detritus on the table here, then stay tuned because they are coming to the Watch Talk series as well, including this little piece here, which I'm not going to ruin the surprise on. So I'll put it on. That was your mic, mate. Sorry. Will it be all right?
Yeah,
Sausages. So the micro adjuster clasp is actually a game changer. It is clever, not quite as clever as the floating clasp on the Pelagos, potentially. One thing actually on the bronze finish, when I first got this watch, and you can actually almost see it a little bit here, it was leaving a bit of a mark on my wrist. Like kind of this, you know when you buy like cheap jewelry from Claire's Accessories, I suspect that probably applies to absolutely nobody watching this video, and I don't know how I know this, but when you buy like kind of cheap jewelry, like fake gold basically, and it leaves a horrible mark on your wrist or your neck or like ears or wherever you've been applying this tatty jewelry, it does actually leave a bit of a mark on your wrist. Not a deal breaker for me because as far as I'm aware, it's not permanent, so it does come off, but it does leave a bit of a mark, which is weird. I don't know whether it'd leave a mark against a white shirt, In fact, I don't know if it's supposed to, but you know, bronze watches, you get what you ask for with them, I guess. But overall, I'm really, really happy with it. It's a really nice piece, and it sits so nicely on the wrist. The first one they brought out, as I say, was a bit of a big old boy, but with this kind of riveted bracelet, it's really, really nice, and I absolutely would recommend this watch to anyone. Bang for buck, even if you're paying $5 for it, that still doesn't seem like a lot of money for this watch, to be honest with you, when you think a standard Submariner now is, you know, 10, 11 grand for something that really inspires no interest in anyone. I think that's a really, really cool piece. It's obviously got the snowflake hands, dating back to the French Navy subs and all the rest of it that they were making with all the vintage Tudors with the Rolex collab. So I think it's a good piece. It's a really nice piece, and I'm very happy with it. So I'm going to hold on to this one for the time being. Long term, will these make more and more money? Will they go up in value? Probably not. I think they will continue to sell them at the boutiques. They may well discontinue it at some point, but I think, you know, 5 or 6 grand potentially will be the peak of the market on them. I don't think they're going to be a long-term kind of sit in it and get rich and sell it at auction for sort of 4 million quid in 5 years' time. That is not going to happen with these. But it is a really nice piece for the money, and your cash should be relatively safe. I mean, you put 3.3 into it. Tudor will probably put their prices up at some point this year, if not next year, 5 to 10% in line with what Rolex do. So I think the retail price will start to swell on these, which will catch any potential depreciation. So I think you'll be all right. I think you'll be all right. And it's a very nice piece. Anyway, on that note then, I think that is that. Hopefully you enjoyed this little rundown of my new Tudor Black Bay 58 bronze. Stay tuned for me talking about this piece. I've already made a video on this piece, but there is something cool and old in here as well. So I may well have put this video out by now. I don't know which order these are going out in, but if you want to win the Date Just 41 Wimbledon on Jubilee bracelet, then make sure you enter with Grail Watch Club right now, because that watch is available to win. And if you missed the boat on that, if it's sold out by the time you see this video, hit the website anyway, because there'll be a Tudor Harrods on there. Or if you've got to this really late, then there'll be something else exciting. So make sure you hit the link anyway and go and see what you can win for a few quid. For now, thank you very much for watching. Do subscribe, blah, 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 and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.